gone according to plan since Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles has come aboard.
I thought it was just you and I better than ever.
Well, that's always our goal. But, you know, when you talk about football and you see the message that they have brought aboard since the beginning of the group came along, and they've lived up to the expectations of the speed of practice and how they're out there performing, I want to see it transfer to the game field, because this is going to be our first chance to see real tackling, real downfield blocking, real decision-making process within the offense by whomever is playing quarterback. So there's still a lot of uncertainties that we need to see, but there's going to be a lot of questions that are going to be answered come Saturday.
What do you have to see?
I have to see him play at the speed and full pads that they've been practicing at, to make sure that when the whistle concludes the play, if there's a defensive player that's going to make a big, ferocious, in-space tackle, that he makes it. If there's a tight end or a wide receiver that has to make a catch that helps the quarterback play better, then they got to make that catch. The running backs all belong here, and I'm excited to see everyone get a chance to carry the ball on this outside zone running game that we're talking about. Do they bounce off tackles? Do they make extra yards? Do they complement the blocking scheme in front of them? So there's just some little details that are going to play out in the big picture.
I personally am very excited about the running game and how that's going to translate on Sundays, and in this case on Saturday afternoon. And I'm also super excited about the passing game which I'll be involved in, the screen game, the swings out to the flat, because much like you said, they all belong here. They all can catch the football too. And I think we're going to find some interesting big games, especially in the preseason, because tackling, as we know, whether it's the Bears or everybody else, is not going to be as sharp as you'd like on game one of the preseason. That's going to be an improvement thing we're going to watch. But I think we're talking about first downs here. That's what you pounded into my head my entire career at this 26 years. You pounded my head, it's the same first down.
Well, I think that's the best way for the offense to complement the defense. If they go out there and they have a time-consuming offensive game plan that results in plenty of first downs, gets them in the red zone, that results in a touchdown, the defense is on the sideline, getting fresh, waiting to come in and play the pro style of defense that we've seen throughout training camp. This is the full complementary of offense and defense, and then how special teams fit in. But when you talk about that outside zone passing game, the running backs, the tight ends and such, because there's been so many injuries at the wide receiver position, a lot of these guys are going to be counted on to be blockers when you're talking about those types of passes. But we're not only looking at a group of receivers that come out here and catch passes downfield, it's also how do they block at or near the line of scrimmage or even downfield.
Can you believe Patrick Mahomes is in his fifth year already?
Yeah.
Boys, he has.
Seems like I heard 10 years of information about him in that 5 years.
I know. Well, it's a six-time division winner coming into Soldier Field to take on the Bears. So the defense, I'm assuming he's going to get a few snaps. If he does, if he doesn't, it doesn't matter. But they're taking on a little bit of a different team here. This is a very fast offense, even without Tyreek Hill. So I'm interested to see how the defense responds, because Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles, they want smart, fast, tough, nasty football players in all three phases, but certainly you start at the defensive side of the ball. And I think we're going to find out a lot of good things about the Bears in the secondary especially. And are we talking enough about the front four?
No, because I think you need a lot of production out of the front four to complement the linebackers and the defensive backs. But one thing you have to look about this game is Kansas City Chiefs, their scheme has been in place for quite a few years with the quarterback. The Bears is a brand new scheme, offense, defense, and special teams. So now you get a chance to evaluate a developing scheme against an experienced scheme. So, yeah, it's going to be fun to watch that. But when you talk about the defensive line, and we talked a little bit about reports, we need to see a complement of 6 or 7 different defensive linemen because they rotate that position so much. Is that 3 technique going to provide the real spark for this defense that we've heard so much about? And got new guys like Nicholas Morrow coming aboard, being able to flash that speed like we've all seen in practice, now carry over to the game field.
Here's what we're going to really find out. We're going to find out how they take it from the classroom to the playing field when you're a young player. Okay, because you can't have medals, right? Talk about it, but
no,
you know they're going to happen. You know they're going to happen. Let them happen once. But on special teams, we're going to find out the guys that love the game, because they brought in guys that have been marginalized from the time they were playing youth football. Hey, I was overlooked. No one recruited me. They got the chip on the shoulder. All the cliches you want to throw into the book, but it comes out in a fury on special teams. New punter,
Right.
the young rookie Gill. Patrick O'Donnell is an outstanding holder. We're going to have to, all these things are going to be evaluated.
Yeah, but nothing's been left in the field because Coach Hightower, when he's coaching the special teams for the Bears, he does it with great enthusiasm. Pay attention to details, understand your assignment, do it full speed, just like they do the offense and defense segments. And I think it's a great opportunity, again, to go up against an experienced special team group like Dave Coe brings in here with the Kansas City Chiefs. Because if you want to evaluate where your skill set is in terms of a segment, talking about special teams, you want to see him against a good, experienced group.
Hey, there's a couple things. A word, vanilla.
Yeah.
That's the flavor of the preseason. And stay healthy. That's it. That's what you want. You want progress, but stay healthy. That's the key of the preseason.
It's always about, that's always the key, but progress is a main element because we talked a little bit about the depth chart. You have guys that come in day one of training camp, they see that where their name is on the depth chart, and it's only their goal to get up to the front of the line or the guys at the front of the line to stay there. When you're talking about a real game experience, whether it's preseason or regular season, you better perform because you're always being evaluated.
Yeah, that depth chart, as I told you earlier, is psychological warfare.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
way down on that list, like you were telling me a story at Notre Dame. You just wanted to be on that traveling
Right.
list for game one.
My freshman year, when I walked in and saw I was on the traveling team, I was more excited than anything I ever won in high school.
Well, you kind of made it. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Long career for Tom there. Talk to you on the radio. 11 o'clock our pregame, noon the kickoff on WBBM. Thanks for watching. Bears Chiefs coming up on Saturday at Soldier Field.
Bears. Just before I ask you a couple of football things, I hear that you hit a home run out of Wrigley Field.
Yeah, hit two.
When
now, two
you hit two out? Okay, so I've got to ask you, what did it feel like stepping in the batter's box at Wrigley Field and taking batting practice?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome, growing up, you always wanted to play a professional sport, whether it was baseball, basketball, or football. So
And you played baseball a lot growing up in Georgia.
Yes, sir. So growing up, I played travel baseball from about, 10 years old to all the way up until I graduated high school. So big baseball guy growing up. But it was just awesome being there, getting to enjoy the experience. And of course, hitting those two home runs out of Wrigley. It was awesome.
And so you're standing in the batter's box at Wrigley Field.
Mm-hmm.
And were you a little hyped up? Was it cool?
I mean, I was hyped up. Yeah, it was cool. So there were about 3 or 4 guys that went before me, and Cole Kmet, he played baseball at Notre Dame, so he had hit 3 out before that. So I was like, if Cole hit 3 home runs out, then I got to get close to him. So it was a friendly competition, and guys enjoyed it a lot. So it was an awesome experience.
Yeah. So when we talk about the quarterback of the Chicago Bears, and I'm sure you've been going through this for like the last year, the Bears have been sort of traveling through a desert for years looking for that long-term great player.
Yeah.
So tell me, does the pressure of that, do you feel it on your shoulders? Is it welcome? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you chafe at it? What's it like?
I mean, I love it. I think our fans are very supportive of us, and they want to see us win just as much as we do. But I think for me personally, there's no expectations that anybody else has that's higher than mine. So my expectations are usually always higher than what you may have for me, or what every other fan out there might have for me. So I'm doing everything that I can, working as hard as I can each and every day to be the best quarterback I can become.
Coaching staff change. The one thing I noticed in this practice, you're now being coached by Luke Getsy, formerly of the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I've seen that Aaron Rodgers roll out about 500 times, where he rolls to the right and throws the ball very quickly.
Yeah.
So I wonder, what is this offense like for you to learn? And where are you right now on the education scale in the new offense?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm pretty sure I have most of the offense down right now. So right now it's just getting guys on the same page and getting to the details and making sure that we're consistent each and every day. So situationally, first and second down, just making sure we're consistent, getting on the ball and stuff like that. So I think just getting up every day and practicing that. I think each and every day we're just going to take a step forward.
This offense, I've always thought, is very, very big on the rhythm, passing game, and being able to throw even before your receivers are looking for the ball. You have to trust them to be in the exact same place.
Yeah.
Do you find that? And where are you in that process?
Yeah, for sure. There's concepts like that, timing concepts where you have to be ready to throw before they have their eyes turned around. And then that's also, just getting reps with those guys who are out there, on the numbers of receivers, just getting on the same page with them, knowing where they're going to be at a certain time and just really listening to my feet. When my feet, tell me it's taking a little bit too long, then just move on to my next progression.
Does this offense fit you?
Yeah, it does. I think, Luke's a great mastermind. He's a great offensive coach. He's probably the best quarterback coach I've had in my life. So him and, they work well together. Just having them both in my room, each and every day. And then Coach Flus comes in there every now and then, just having everybody in there working collectively as a group. I mean, it's going to get me better. And, Luke's going to call what best fits our team, what I do and, what everyone else does. So, we trust him to do that. And, each and every day we're going to put in work and, keep getting better.
Do you pay much attention to the outside world where not many people are expecting you guys to do much this year?
Yeah, we talked about it, before we started camp. Luke got the offense together as a group and pretty much told him. But at the end of the day, we don't need those outside people. They're not coming on the field taking those hits. So the only people that we need is us. And we firmly believe that. And, there's not one great player on the team that's going to do it all. It's going to be us as a group. So all 11, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams, all 11, we have to work together. And, if we have all 11 guys on point when, everybody's on the field, then we believe that we can beat anyone. And, yeah.
The last thing I wanted to ask you is, when I thought of you getting drafted by the Bears, the one thing I thought of in terms of great expectations is just great expectations at Ohio State, obviously. Mm-hmm. And you always have guys who are trying to beat you out, And so I wonder, do you think it helped you in this job, your former place that you played? Did it help you get ready for this?
Yeah, for sure. Ohio State, we expect to win every game. So, that's the kind of mindset we need to have here. And, now we have a new culture in where we do expect to win every game, and we expect to play harder, faster, and longer than, any other team we play. So just having that expectation, that confidence when you step on the field, that's going to help us out,
Justin Fields, good luck with the Bears. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
In Lake Forest, Illinois with the Bears, this is Peter King.
You can go somewhere else, to home, or go to her, or go to hell. Suit yourself, but leave me alone. Leave me alone.
My man Bernie Burns. All right. We're the CNG Podcast. I'm Guy Walker. I'm the G of the CNG Podcast, and he is the CJ Scott of the CNG Podcast. We're a podcast that posts about the Chicago Bears, about the Chicago Bulls, and everything a little bit in between. We're looking for people to actually small business owners, entrepreneurs, artists that can actually come on the show while we're doing the NFL season and the NBA season to talk about their art, talk about their music, talk about their platforms, their business, anything like that. So we're a sports platform, but we're also trying to promote small businesses.
Oh, I love it. I love it. What is the name of the show again? It's CNG Podcast, right?
That's correct.
All right, cool. And where can they find you in general? Like, are you on all the platforms or a YouTube show?
We're based off of YouTube and Facebook, and we're also on Spotify and Apple Music, I believe.
Okay, cool. So you've got audio and video.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Ah, love it. All right. So since this is all podcasters on this group, I'm sure you guys got one. What is your best pro tip?
Be yourself. You know, people want authentic. They want, of course, opinions, but we're the type that basically have our different opinions, and I feel like that gives people more of a dynamic of not just us agreeing to everything, but just to get people a feel of, okay, this person thinks of this topic this way, and he may feel of it this way, but at the end of the day, it's all as far as support and as far as understanding where people are coming from. That's what we pretty much base it off of.
And don't fool yourself on when you're getting on these platforms. You got to be passionate about it. You have to have a genuine want to do it. It's not something that's going to work overnight. It's not something that you're going to get success overnight between viewers and listeners and streaming numbers and things like that. You have to take it serious, and you have to put the time in to make it all work. If you're not doing that, then it's not going to work. So you can't kid yourself.
Great advice. In fact, I'm gonna say it right here. I have another show that I'm gonna relaunch shortly called New Media Lab, where on that show I'm interviewing podcasters and talking about their marketing and how they're successful. I want to invite you guys on. Right now, I'm saying it. I would love to bend your ear for a while about that. I think that'd be really cool. So everybody listening, if you want to hear these guys talk a little bit more, because right there I was already into what you were saying. I'm going to get you on there. We're going to do an extended conversation about it. So, awesome. Okay, guys, this is a Chicago-based group, even though there are people from all over the world on here. I'm going to assume with all the Bears and the Bulls stuff going on here that you might be Chicago guys. What is your favorite thing about the city of Chicago?
Has to be
the food. The food, of course.
All about the food. Well, what's your favorite places?
Giordano's pizza is probably up there on top of the list. Guy, I know you have a favorite spot as well.
Yeah, Italian Fiesta, Beggar's Pizza, Natty's Pizza on the north side, things like that. It's just the food, man. Chicago's a diaspora, place of people where all types of culture are bringing their food here, man. It's only one of the few cities that I've ever lived in my whole life, and I've traveled the whole world. That Chicago is the best place in the world for food. It's too many cultures. Everything is good here.
I'm with you. You can't throw a rock without hitting a great restaurant here, right?
Yeah. You can't. It's almost impossible. You really can't.
So where can people find you on social media?
Go ahead, CJ. You can do it.
Well, they can find us on YouTube at the CNG Podcast on YouTube. They can also find us on Facebook, CNG Podcast on Facebook. And also, we're on Spotify. That's what we use, and we're on other, other platforms as far as Amazon Music.
Yeah, Amazon. We're on Google. On Amazon, we're on Spotify. We're on, and we mainly post our episodes through Facebook and YouTube. When we go live on Sundays on our pregame shows for football season, we're posting on the Facebook and YouTube for the visual. The shows are at 10:20. The pregames are at 10:20, and the show starts at 10:30. And we're on there from 10:30 to 11:30. Then, the Bears games come on at 12. So, yeah, so mainly Facebook and YouTube is the visual platform we're on. And the audios are Google Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, and iTunes. And
following you on Facebook is the way they're going to get updates and everything, right?
Yes. Correct. Follow us on Facebook, and then you can subscribe to YouTube to CNG Podcast channel.
Fantastic. CJ, Guy, thank you so much for being on. Thank you for being members of Chicago Podcasters Unite. And like I said, that invitation is real. As soon as we finish here, I'm going to talk to you about getting you on that other show.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right.
Thanks, guys.
What's up, everybody? Oh, my camera's messed up. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the... Hold on, guys. Got a little echo here. I got to close this out. My bad. Sorry, guys. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to the CNG Podcast. I'm here with my partner, G Walker. Oh, G Walker, I see you got the head on, bro. What's going on with you?
What's up, bro?
What's going on? You hear me?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Hey man, nothing much. We got the Bears and we got the Chiefs. And the Chiefs going on at 12 o'clock today. So we're gonna give you guys our thoughts on the Bears and the Chiefs game, and we're gonna let you guys know what our opinions are on about that. But enough being said, let's get into the first topic, which is this right here.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Look at that crap, man. Look at that, CJ.
That's under Nagy, correct? That's under Nagy.
That is under Nagy, man. We got to be better this year. We got to be better. We was damn near last of everything last season. We ranked at the bottom of everything, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's kind of weird, man, because as far as offensively, we were terrible. When you look at the defense was pretty much in the middle of the pack. Damn near.
It was bad, man. The quarterback was 29th. The running back was 26th. Wide receiver 27th. Tight end 24th. O-line 30th. All bad, man. Linebacker 14th. Speaking of linebacker, we're gonna get into that. But somebody needs to show Roquan where we were at last year with him as a linebacker. But let's keep going.
Oh man. Next up, let's talk about I guess we got Justin coming up. So let's get into Justin.
Well, my first, I was at Family Fest last Tuesday, man, and he is making better decisions with the ball. He's getting rid of it faster. I saw it firsthand. And this camp, I was looking forward to him. Not looking forward to him, but let's see, can he, eliminate the interceptions? And overall, I think he's eliminated the interceptions. I haven't heard a lot about him throwing picks the whole training camp. But when I was there, he was throwing the ball with velocity. It was a laser. Different type of passes had speed attached to him. So he's becoming a pro. He's a fast learner. He's very intelligent. So I agree with Mr. Larry Meyer here that Justin, he probably had his best day the other day at practice. What you think?
Man, I saw the video, and he definitely looks a little bit quicker with his release. I look like he's in better control of the offense, and I hope that this regime lets Justin do what Justin does. I think with Nagy is, he tries to put his playbook onto the quarterback and try to force them to play his style instead of just playing through the quarterback. And I think that's where a lot of the problem was as far as last year. So I'm hoping this new regime under Eberflus and Luke Getsy are hoping that they can just play through Justin and just let Justin do him.
Yeah, and I think that's what Justin spoke about in that interview about playing to his strength, but not only his strength, but his teammate's strength. Mm-hmm. So Getsky's the guy that's coming in and letting it, and he's playing to the guy's strength. So we're going to see a lot of rollout today. We're going to see some bootlegs. We're going to see some outside zone runs from the running backs. We're going to see a lot of things that we think that we saw from Justin from Ohio State. He doing his college days. He's going to pretty much put a little bit of that on display today. So, go Justin, man. Keep improving.
Yeah, most definitely. But, man, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, the big elephant in the room. Seems like it's a buzz around the NFL right now. We got to get into Roquan, man. Let's talk about it.
Oh, man, you want to start it off or you want me to do it?
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start this one off. Now,
all right, go ahead.
There was some talk the other night. I was on the Hallis Hall Report. Shout out to everybody over there on the Hallis Hall Report. I was on there Wednesday. We had a discussion on what Roquan will be asking as far as his new contract. Now, I stated that I felt like he was going to get between maybe 18 and 22 million. So yesterday, I saw that he was asking for 22 million.
Right.
Now, I think that's a little bit high, but it was very expected because, he wasn't gonna ask lower than 20. But what's your thoughts on that?
I just think Roquan's coming in a situation where he's pretty much treating the new regime like they're the substitute teachers when the real teacher took off. He's showing out a little bit. He's showing them that he want to throw a fit, but he deserves to get paid. Roquan Smith deserves to get paid. I want to make that clear. But he's not Darius Leonard. He's not Ray Lewis. He could be better. And we're coming into a new regime, and they're trying to save money but spend money at the same time. But a lot of times players don't care about that. They think they're entitled to what they're entitled to, and he is. But there is a market for a player like him. He's not the top level linebacker, and they're trying to put him in his pay range, but he just wants more. So hopefully there's a middle ground to where they can meet at. If not, then hey, it could get real ugly real fast. And another thing, he doesn't even have an agent. Not saying that that's a problem. A couple of players don't have an agent. You see, Lamar Jackson doesn't have an agent. He doesn't have an agent. And I appreciate these guys sticking to their guns about what they think they're worth. And I really like that. And I like the players taking control of their situation. So I just hope it works out for not only the Bears, but more importantly, Roquan, it works out for, and the fans. We love you here, Roquan. You look like the second coming of Urlacher. So we want you here, man. And as a fan, I just want him here, man. I just want him here.
I definitely agree, but let's get into more of what Roquan had to say about this whole situation. So this is the first thing that he had to say. And G, I think
for the people
what you put.
Yeah, I put this in here, but for the people that's here, you can actually read through this. I'll go through it. He just pretty much said, I'm a kid from Macon County, Georgia. Grew up playing football, in the linebacker position. How he was drafted top 10 by the Chicago Bears, and he's a homegrown Bear and everything like that. And he just appreciates playing here and in the lineage that the Chicago Bears have had through the linebacker position, whether it was Mike Singletary, Briz, Urlacher, and Wilbur Marshall, and Dick Buckets. So he's paying homage, and he knows the heritage of the Chicago Bears linebackers, and he wants to be here. He wants to continue to play here, to have his name etched along those other great linebackers. So I appreciate what he said right there. He wants to be here. Let's get him paid.
Now, before we get into the next thing, I want to get your opinion on this, because there's some people out here that feels like Roquan is doing he's doing a bad service to as far as to the Bears because of what he's asking for. He didn't put up the numbers, to what people are thinking that he should get paid. So they really feel like he's playing hardball, and some people are going back to what he did in his rookie season. Do you think that's fair to put that on Roquan Smith?
No, I don't think it's fair. They always look for a reason to not to pay you, right? So Roquan is in a situation where they're looking for anything and everything to not to pay him, and the fan base and the media, whoever doesn't want him to get paid. You can't go back and talk about his rookie season. You can only talk about what he's done after going forward from that point. And after going forward from that point, he's been the best player on this team, on the defensive team, on our defensive side of the ball. So that's worth at least $19 million, $20 million. So to the people that saying he don't deserve it, he's making himself look bad, that's impossible. He's a professional athlete. He's a top linebacker in the NFL. He's one of the top players. So deservingly so, he deserves to get paid. It's just that this new regime, they're trying to pay him and save money at the same time, and they just got to meet in the middle, man. I'm not even paying attention to what the pundits and the fans and the quote-unquote experts are saying. This guy's a professional athlete, and he deserves to get paid. He deserves to get paid what he's worth.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get into the last thing that Roquan or that he had to pretty much say. And with him, he's basically saying here, I'm just gonna put in my words. Unfortunately, he's saying that the new regime does not value him to where he should be valued. He appreciates his time with being the Chicago Bears, but at the end of the day, ownership in the office, he feels like he wants to be wanted here. And sometimes you have to show that by how much you get paid and what you put out there on the field. No, he's not a Leonard type of quarterback. Type of linebacker, but he has put up the numbers. So he feels like he's wanted here. And look, all of us have jobs. All of us go to work every day. You feel like you want to be wanted at your job. Nobody wants to feel like they don't want to be wanted. So I can understand how Roquan feels about that. But at the end of the day, if they don't pay this guy, they're going to have to figure out what they want to do. But he wants to be here, and he's saying, hey, I'm sorry for this, Bear fans, but this is what it's come to. But what's your take on G. Walker?
This quote right here for him, he's saying, unfortunately, he wanted to be in Bear for his entire career. I think he's doing exactly what a player like him should do. He's putting a lot of pressure out there, to get paid. He's putting the organization on notice. He's letting the fan base know that they don't want to pay me. It's not me, it's them. That's the type of situation they're running. It's them, not me. I'm not doing anything wrong. I did my part. I played out my contract. I played out my position as far as the contract that I was getting paid up under. It's them. It's not me. So as long as he keep putting that on them, he'll be okay. But that's the thing. It's a tug of war. It's a tug of war. It's okay. They're going to say it's him. Hey, man, we offered him 5 years, $98 million. Okay, but what's the guaranteed money? Correct. What did you guarantee him in the contract? And that's what's coming down to. The guaranteed money is probably not where he wants it to be at. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, so go ahead. So, so he's going to say this. He's going to say that. They're going to say this. They're going to say that. But until they actually come down into the middle of the table and everybody agrees to what a right price is, this could go on for a long time. And I hope it ends up with him being a Bear, and I hope it ends up with him getting paid.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do too, man. Because I definitely do not want to see him get traded. That's the last thing I want. So hopefully they can get it worked out, and hopefully we can see Roquan Smith at some point playing for the Bears moving forward this season.
Yeah.
But next up, let's get into.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. You want me to introduce this one?
Oh yeah, go ahead. You go ahead and introduce it.
All right, this is the guy that's in the 5th round pick. Everybody that's been blowing everybody away. Everybody knows the offensive line supposedly is not going to be good, but they just announced on ESPN that we have the 11th ranked offensive line in the NFL, and we have a rookie. This guy right here, Braxton Jones. This guy has been so impressive all through camp. He's very intelligent. He's very physical, and he's very strong. The best thing I like about this guy, he doesn't back down from a challenge. And I'm going to segue into that and say that Robert Quinn has been the one that's he's been learning from the most, because Robert Quinn, as we know, he broke the Bears' all-time sack record last year. He's just a very dominant and physical guy that's on the edge. So we're going to get into what he said about how he's been developing and working with the offensive line and Robert Quinn. This is what he says, right? He wants to give credit to defensive end Robert Quinn for his development. Jones has been going against Quinn throughout training camp, where he's held his own, and also learned going against the all-pro pressure, all-edge rusher, while it's being beneficial against a multitude of defensive ends, including rookie Dominique Robinson. Jones said it's been valuable facing skilled veterans like Quinn, who are quicker to the point. What you think about that, CJ?
Okay, first, before I get into that, I want to bring up that name, Dominic Robinson, for 1 second, because this is the same guy. Go ahead. This is the same guy, and we're not gonna bullshit here. This is the same guy that our guy Tevin Jenkins had a problem against.
Right.
So when you hear the fact that you got Braxton Jones playing well and playing great against Robert Quinn, it says a lot. It says that this guy is hungry. It says that he wants to play, he wants to start, and he wants to be effective on this team. So,
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think we found the diamond in the rough. Ryan Poles was, he came in as a guy that pretty much knew how to do offensive line. That's pretty much his specialty, I think, because he's an offensive lineman himself, or he was. So he knows what to look at. So for him to find this gem in the 5th round, and he's going to be pretty much starting today, and he might be starting in the first week of the NFL season against the 49ers September 11th. So I'm very impressed, man, but we're going to go on to the next comment about what Braxton Jones said. He said, talking about Quinn, he said, I think the biggest thing for me is just the quickness of it. Talking about the speed of the NFL, going against a rookie, no offense to any of the rookies or anything like that, they're just not as quick to the point. He's really quick to the point. He's on you like that. That's the biggest thing for me. That might not even be a win or loss. I think that's just getting used to the quickness, and his reaction time is so amazing. So I think that's one of the big things too. He's referring to Robert Quinn's speed coming off the edge and attacking him one-on-one.
Right.
So he's referring to the speed of a guy like Robert Quinn. And like you said, no offense to the rookies I'm going against, but you guys are just not as fast and dominant as Mr. Robert Quinn. So he didn't throw any shade to the rookies that he's playing against, but he just recognizing the greatness that Robert Quinn has as far as his speed and his physicality. What do you think about this statement?
Man, he spoke the truth. We as fans want to hear the truth. We don't want to hear the bullshit. we want to hear exactly what's going on out there, good or bad. We deserve that. For him to say that, I mean, you could just tell that his head is in the right direction. I think he will be the starter at left tackle. And enough said. It's just his mindset is in the right place. If you're mentally in it, if you're saying what you're saying, but you got to go out there and put it out there on the field. Of course, we're going to see that today in the first preseason game. But I get to see this guy and many of the other guys play today, man. I'm just excited. I'm just pumped up for it.
And I hear you, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce the next topic, man. I know you want to talk about that, so go ahead and tell the people the good news, CJ, about this next situation.
Oh man. Well, the CNG Podcast had an interview this week with a guy by the name of Rob Southgate, and I'm gonna pull him up right now. For most of you who don't know, Rob is a big time social media guru, to say the least. He has worked with multiple podcast shows over the last several years. And, we pretty much sat down with him and, had a good conversation with him. You guys heard the interview earlier during the pregame show. And he's going to be working with us and other podcast shows through Chicago to, branch off ideas as far as how to grow your YouTube channel or your Instagram, your Facebook, etc. So I felt it was a positive interview, and I can't wait to get started. G. Walker, what you think about it?
I think it's great, man. I think that we're just getting started, everybody out there, and whoever stayed through the pregame, that interview was with him. That's the guy that was on the interview interviewing me and CJ, Mr. Robert Southgate. His credits include Jingle All the Way, Orange is the New Black. He has books, and what he wanted me and CJ to do, he started us to do consulting work for his new media lab. It's called Media Lab 3. But we'll talk about that down the road. So this is great news. This is going to help us in a number of ways. And this is his logo, the Southgate Media Group. We came to the decision to have a partnership with this guy. And it's only going to make our show better and open the doors for us. So, this was a blessing. And this was something that was unexpected. At least the offer was to work with him further. So, we can express our gratitude enough to Mr. Robert Southgate. So thank you, Mr. Southgate, for showing me and CJ some love and wanting to work with us. But I can't wait to get into the next part of this. This is something I've been talking about for the longest time. For anybody that's been following the CNG Podcast page on Facebook,
it's about to
I've been waiting till now. So whoever stayed for this and the music in the background, those tracks were by the one and only Bernie Burns instrumentals. This guy's been somebody I've been working with. I've been known for a while on a professional level, personal level. He's really cool. So, like I told you guys, I was going to get us a podcast DJ. So, on the big games, for us, the Thursday night games and the Monday night games and the Sunday night games, he's going to come on live and he's going to DJ for you guys. For those who just walked in, this is our podcast DJ, Bernie Burns. This guy was the guy playing the tracks in the middle of the pregame show. So like I said, Thursday nights, Sunday nights, and Monday night, the big time, primetime games, he's going to come on the CNG Podcast page, and he's going to perform live for us. And here go a couple of more of his pictures. That's Bernie right there again. So that's Bernie. And this is one more picture for Bernie. And that's going to be the CNG Podcast DJ, Mr. Bernie Burns.
Oh man, and look, this is what we've been working behind the scenes really, really hard, trying to make this podcast the best that it can be. We're trying to do different ideas to make it new, to make it fresh for you guys, to make it, interesting for you guys. So this is one of many things that we're going to be bringing to the podcast this year. We hope you guys enjoy it. We hope you guys like it. And, we did play some beats today. We hope you guys like those as well. And, again, man, I can't wait for this season to start as far as the NFL and to give you guys some good and great content moving forward.
All right. And I got one more thing to introduce. CJ, you want to introduce this or you want to do it?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead and get it. You got it.
All right. This right here, everybody that's still in here, the two people in here. This is something that's going to get us a lot of engagements on Sundays. This is something I've been wanting to do. so we can get for everybody that's Bears fans, but NFL fans. This is the NFL pick'em sheet for the first week of September 2022. September 11th is the first week of slate of games, and Thursday night is the first Thursday night game, September 8th, against Buffalo and LA Rams. So we're gonna come up with a formula. We're looking for the first 10 people on a Saturday to submit their pick'em sheet, to us, so we can tell a winner and who the winner is probably Monday night. So the pick'em sheet's gonna be in Saturday. Make sure you have them in before Sunday, before the first games at 12 o'clock. Pick'em sheets will be due before 12 noon on Sundays. So if you're interested in something like this, we'll be starting a pick'em sheet thread on a Saturday just to put the pick'em sheets on the page. And you're more than welcome to come in and drop your pick'em sheet with your picks. So I can't wait to get into this all season with you guys and interact with you guys. But that's going to do it for me. And for me, I don't have anything else. Unless CJ, you want to talk about anything else?
Yeah, I just want to add something to that. You guys got to make sure you follow the CNG podcast page on Facebook, because that's where we're going to be doing the announcements on. So you guys got to go over there and follow and like the page. Like today, now, whenever you get a chance to do it, make sure you go do that, because you don't want to miss this. This is going to lead to giveaways, cash giveaways, merch, free merch, all kinds of different things. So you guys got to make sure, if you guys want to go do the pick'em sheets for the CNG podcast, make sure you go follow us on Facebook at the CNG podcast page on Facebook. And that's pretty much it.
All right.
But for myself, for G Walker, we appreciate you guys coming in. We appreciate you guys watching. And hey, today we got the Bears at 12 noon against the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's go. Let's show our Bears some love, some support. But until then, go Bears. We up out of here.